Hello and welcome to another edition of Conspirator Brock's Pull List. This is my pull list for the week of July 21st, 2021. So let's just dive right into it. First up, we have Ascender number 17. Jeff Lemire and Dustin Nguyen's Ascender is great. If you haven't checked it out, I highly recommend it. It is the sequel to Descender, so you would have to start there. You technically can start with Ascender, number one, or the first trade, but I would highly recommend going and watching, or in getting it from the beginning, which is to read Descender. Next up is a new number one from IDW, and I think it's Jonathan Layman. I always forget. Yeah, John Layman. I figured I'd give it a try. I believe it's a 4-issue miniseries, and it's Bermuda. Yeah, give it a shot, see what it is. John Layman is hit or miss sometimes for me, but we'll check it out. Next one is a book I'm super stoked for, just because it's two characters I really like and a team of characters, or just a duo of characters that's amazing. It's almost as brand. It's almost as on brand as Batman and Robin, but this one is blue and gold, 1 of 8. So we got Dan Jurgens and Ryan Sook, who will most likely not be drawing the whole thing, on the blue and gold book. So look out for that. It should be great. Jurgens does a fantastic job with the Booster Gold character. His stuff from the 80s is really rough. It's not the best. But Jeff Johns' run was fantastic with Jurgens finished off. And pre-New 52 stuff. So I really, really hope that they collect that stuff in like an omnibus form, because that stuff is amazing. But check out Blue and Gold, and you'll be a Booster Gold lover in no time. Next up, we have Catwoman number 33, another Ram V book. She's going up against the religious villain guy here. Ram V's story's been great. I'm just a little backlogged at the moment with my reading, so I haven't gotten to catching up, but Ram V's done a fantastic job. I love all of his stuff, and I cannot praise it any higher. If you have not yet checked out his Catwoman run, you should, but the whole Catwoman run here is fantastic. Next up is a book that I added to my list after the fact. I gave it a read last month, and that's Compass, The Cauldron of Eternal Life, number 2. I read the first issue and really enjoyed it, so I decided to subscribe to it. I think it's 5 issues, but I'm looking forward to checking it out. It's kind of a Greg Rucka kind of presents book. Sorry. Little hair there. I don't know. Yeah, so I was like, ooh, Greg Rucka, I'll check this out even more. So yeah, so if you get a chance, check out Compass. Next up, we have a new Boom book I'm going to check out, and that's Dark Blood, number 1. So I'm going to give this a read and see if it's something I want to keep going with. Next up, we have Flash, number 772, with, oh God, why am I blanking on his name? Holy crap, why am I blanking on his name? Anyway, Fire Guy, Rogues Gallery, Heatwave. Haha, I'm probably right. I hope I'm right. Anyway, Flash has been good. Been enjoying it. Next up is Home, issue 4. I'm an issue behind, so I need to check it out, but it is definitely really cool. I like the dynamic of a child who is dealing with being separated from his mother at the border of the United States, and he ends up having superpowers. I think that's an awesome concept, and the execution has so far been really good, and I've enjoyed it. So Home is definitely a good one. Next up, we have Justice League number 65. I'm behind on Justice League, Bendis' Justice League. It's been a little kind of but Ram V's Justice League Dark backups I've been really enjoying. So yeah, either way, it's a good book. You should be picking it up. Next up, so we have Legends of the Dark Knight number 3. Looks like we have Riddler's daughter there. I have no idea. But yeah, it's Derek Robertson. So like, duh, check it out. Next up is another Ram V book, and that's The Many Deaths of Laila Starr, number 4. And I got the shiny cover this time because the regular cover was kind of just boring, and so I didn't pick it up. But so I got cover B, I guess this is. It's a shiny one. It's really good. Next up is Marvel Action Spider-Man, and the least I say about this book with a garbage character in it, the better. It's for my son. He can burn it if he wants, which is what I would do. Next up, we have Nightwing number 82. I'm a little behind with Nightwing, but it's really good stuff from what I've read so far, so I cannot wait to dive into more Nightwing, and Tom Taylor's just knocking it out of the park with it, so I'm definitely super stoked to get into it. Next up, we have Steve Orlando's Project Patron. This is a really interesting topic of kind of a superhero dies and then a super robot is created to take his place, but people have to like man the robot, and then somebody who is manning the robot dies. It's a murder mystery slash, kind of weird thing, but it's enjoyable, so I'm checking it out. Next up is Mark Russell's Second Coming, Only Begotten Son, number 3, I believe we're on now. So his little kind of jab at Christianity there, but it's funny and it's good and I like it. It's Mark Russell. What can you do? Next up is a book. Whoever picked the font for this book did not realize that. The person who picked the font for this book really should have looked a lot harder at this. Because once you see this, you never ever unsee it. It's technically Shazam, number 1 of 4. But if you look at the font really clearly, it looks like it's saying Shra 2 a.m. Shra 2 a.m. This looks like a 2. This looks like an R. It's ridiculous. Whoever did this didn't pay attention. Especially where like the lightning... it's Shazam. I'm going to read it. It's Shazam from the Future State stuff, so it's hopefully going to be okay. But, whoever picked the font on that title, that's the rough stuff. Next up, Skybound, number 3. It's coming out weekly. Skybound, I haven't even started it, so who knows what it's like. But fingers crossed it's halfway decent. Next up is Star Wars High Republic, number 6. I've been enjoying the Star Wars High Republic stuff for the kids from IDW. It's been good. It's definitely something I highly recommend for young Star Wars fans that are, of that reading level. But good times. Next up is Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, number 2 of 8. Issue 1 was bonkers good, and I cannot wait to see what happens with issue 2. But if you have not yet checked it out, check out Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. Really solid book from Tom King. Good stuff. Next up is one that I'm going to try out, and that's Superman and the Authority, number 1 of 4. So we're kind of diving. This is Grant Morrison back in, but it's Mikhail Yanin is the artist. So at least the art is really good. So we'll see if we can kind of get through Morrison's. It's Morrison. Next up is issue 5 of Superman Red and Blue. I've been enjoying this series okay. The covers are what throw me a lot of the time because they're either or they're bad. So but inside the stories aren't bad. So it's just your cover pick. Next up we have Truth and Justice number 6. This story is going to feature Damian. I've been enjoying the Truth and Justice series. Some people have not. I personally enjoy it. It's a nice kind of break to have this book that just deals with certain things. I don't think the title is the best, but hey, what can you do? And next up we have Undiscovered Country, number 14. It looks like we got a bunch of superheroes coming into the Undiscovered Country world, but the world's already crazy enough as it is, so bring it on. We'll see. I like Undiscovered Country. It's definitely a very slow burn. It's probably something that reads better in trade, but I've been getting it since issue 1, so I'm kind of already committed, but And next up, we have issue 19, which means I'm now officially 3 trades behind in reading this, and that's the Walking Dead Deluxe, or if you notice, it's just Walking Dead E. What's Walking Dead E? It's... So we noticed this. Some of the art on these books cover up the deluxe in the title. There was only one cover that came out that had deluxe in front of the character's head. I think somebody should have been, again, paying attention to this random E here. One of them, I think the Rob Liefeld says Ux on it. Like, you can see the L a little, and then U or UE. So, Yeah, or sorry, it's UXE. So you see the UXE. Yeah. Come on, guys. Come on. What's happening there? But it's Walking Dead. It's in color. I'll get to it at some point down the road. I did pick up some variants this week. The first one was blue and gold. Number 1, this is the Johnson cover. So I grabbed that one. Jenny Friesen did an amazing Catwoman 33 cover, which, you should be getting it. That loud noise you heard was my dog sneezing. Next up, we have second print for Nightwing 81. We have I think this is the Pretty in Pink homage cover there. Good stuff. And then we have the Nightwing 82 variant, which, if you look closely, this girl here, she's getting a really, really good view of the booty, the Nightwing booty. This is the stuff I see. I'm not trying to find this on purpose. This is just what happens when you look at a ton of these as you're processing. Nightwing 82. The Shazam number 1 variant. Look, I can tell it's Shazam. Look, Shazam. It's not Shred 2 a.m. The Shazam variant there was pretty cool, so I picked that up for issue 1 of 4. Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow had an awesome variant cover, so I snagged that one up. Undiscovered Country had a really cool variant, so I picked that one up as well. And I picked up 3 of the variants out of The Walking Dead because it's Michonne's first appearance, so you gotta grab the variants. Grab that one. Desco. And this one. So, all the variants, all the time. That's it for this week's pull list. No graphic novels this week, no special orders, so it was kind of nice to not have all that stuff. Yeah. I'm basically going to add this to this, and I'm now probably at 3/4 of a long box full, so gonna have to hunker down and, just read and ignore the world until I'm done with a long box of comics. Oh man. If I could if I could just take the time to sit and read and motion, like time, like space, I don't know, whatever they call it, speed time it, right? Whatever. I know. I know. It's right there on the tip of my tongue. I don't even know. All of you are screaming at me what it is. Yeah, someone will remind me in the comments. Anyway, if I could sit down and do that, and then it would just be you watching me read some comics and then falling asleep, and then reading some comics and then falling asleep, reading a comic, destroying it because I got scared that I was falling asleep, and yeah, all that stuff. But hopefully I'll get to reading some this weekend. I know when I go back to work at the day job, I'll be able to read on my break, so I'll be able to just take some books with me and read there, which I'm looking forward to, surprisingly enough. But yeah, if you want to listen to me, I'll be on the Comics Conspiracy podcast. I'm not sure what episode we're recording tonight, but I know we're talking about Loki and the season finale of that. It was a season finale. Yeah. Not that I didn't like it, but yeah, I'll have words. Anyway, check out the podcast. Go over to, there's a link in the description below. I think it's the Comic Conspiracy podcast.com. Something, I don't know. It's in the description below. It's always in the description below. It's on Spotify, description below. It's on iTunes, links in the description below. All that stuff. Check it out. Yeah, you can also help me out, or help me and my fellow patrons out through Patreon at www.patreon.com/comicsconspiracy. For as little as $1 a month, you help us with hosting fees and getting product. So thank you very much to our Patreon backers. It does help out immensely. You can help me out a little more directly by clicking on any of the Amazon links here or at conspiratorbrock.com and buying anything through there. Or you can head over to my eBay page where I'm purging out stuff on a constant basis and something you might catch your fancy. You can follow me on Twitter. My handle's @BrockSager, and that's pretty much it. And the train's coming, so I'm going to end this right about now. See you next week.